Hey guys, so I thought I'd share the top 5 electronic albums that influenced me the most over the years. This list is in no particular order, and honestly, these aren't my favorite electronic albums, more a list of the records that really expanded my idea of what electronic music could be. So without any further ado, let's get into the list. Released in 2001, Druqks was actually the first avant-garde electronic music album I ever owned. As most of you know, I'm a jazz head, but after years of listening to Kind of Blue over and over, I was tired of Private Lessons and wanted to try something different. Now I'm sure people will say there are better Aphex Twin albums, but to me, this is the best cohesive work Richard D. James ever put together. I was actually put onto Aphex Twin after watching the video Bubble Johnny. The piano-only piece, April 14th, is the standout track from this record, though for me, nothing tops Vord Hobson. The sonic textures and changes of pace on this record will have you wondering how one man could possibly be this talented. Felix the Housecat's Virgo Blaktro and the movie Disco hit store shelves on October 2007. Think of the funkiest disco album and the smoothest processed vocals you've ever heard, blended with a throbbing bass and well-crafted repetitive songwriting. Standouts on this album for the casual listener would have to be like Something for Porno and Future Calls the Dawn. But to me, tracks 6 through 12 cannot be topped. I Seem to Be the One and It's Your Move are one part formulaic dance floor and the other part funky breath of fresh air. While this is technically one of Felix's later albums, I truly believe that this is his most focused effort. With the help of Dallas Austin, who most people know from pop songs like Pink's Just a Pill and Boyz II Men's Coolie High Harmony, you can truly hear the blending of Felix the Housecat's old-school electro experimentation and Austin's level-headed, straightforward songwriting sensibility. Cross, the 2007 album by a little-known group called Justice. From the minute you hear the opening horn stab on Genesis, you know you're at the start of something truly special. DANCE was the lead single here and was a global hit. Personally, New Jack, the killer melody of Valentine, and the slap bass on Phantom Part 2 crushed any competition at the time. This is when the word electro truly came into vogue. Gaspar Rog and Xavier de Rosne created what in their words is opera disco. And while I think their album Audio Video Disco is a better overall piece of work, this album not only broke Justice through to the mainstream, but made electro a household genre all over the world. Justice could never capture the same feeling that Cross brought, but they forever left us with one of the greatest electro records of all time. Simian Mobile Disco's Temporary Pleasure. 2 years after the success of Attack Decay's sustained release, James Ford and Jazz Shaw gave us some of the best vocal features on an electronic album. With the likes of Beth Ditto and Alexis Taylor of Hot Chip, songwriting was truly a priority on this album. But I have to say that Simian Mobile Disco crushed it on 10,000 Horses Can't Be Wrong and Synthesize. There might not be one standout single from this album, but as a body of work, it stretches the imagination of what electronic was in 2009. Unpatterns in 2012 might be their best rhythm-based album, but as far as singing along, nothing matches the feeling you get from Temporary Pleasure. Folk singer Conor Oberst could not resist the influence of electronic music either, and in 2005 he released what I consider the best melding of mid-2000s indie pop folk and experimental electronic music. While some songs might appear extremely cliche, like Easy Lucky Free, the mix of Oberst's teen angst vocals, questionable in-tune singing, and guitar-heavy compositions make this the perfect mix in my opinion. Take It Easy, Love Nothing, and Light Pollution are the standout tracks here. Pay close attention to the carefully crafted double-track drums on many of the songs. You might just learn something. I must have listened to this album 1,000 times, and yes, while I was an emo teenager when it came out, I can still listen to it with fond memories. Well, those are the electronic albums that influenced me more than any others over the years. If you have any suggestions for electronic albums I should check out, leave them in the comment section below. I always love new music suggestions. Thanks again for watching, guys, and remember to like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next one.